Should be good. Should be good. Brand new week. We're coming up on the end of the month though, so we'll see. I know that the end of the month can be a little bit more. I don't want to say unpredictable, but it can be a lot more jumpy, if that makes sense. And we'll see things as the monthly candle, the weekly, all of it starts to kind of pull back. And then we've got obviously NFP at the end of the week, but we're waiting on consumer confidence here in about 4 minutes. So let's go over to the S&P. And I marked out this 15-minute low prior to these last two bearish candles. This is the 5-minute chart. So we're already seeing a run on this low, so we can delete this. But we're still inside this new week opening gap from this week. It's kind of a big gap, to be honest. Right here, I went ahead and deleted the one from last week. Last week's gap is right down in here. I have it saved on another chart template. I'll show you guys. So this is just a template only for all the new week opening gaps, essentially. So you guys can see this is last week's new week opening gap right here. There's a cluster of old new week opening gaps down here, which we revisited last week, and then ended up coming back, and now we're trading above last week's new week opening gap. So we'll see what we get. One thing that I do want to point out here, let me jump back over to the other chart. One thing that I do want to point out is if I jump up to this daily time frame, oh wow, let me show you guys on the ES chart. Oh, it looks like that. It didn't look like that this morning when I looked at it. Anyway, we have this daily high right here, which is right above where the new week opening gap basically is created. So we've come up, we've got relative equal highs right up here, and then we've got this daily high from, I don't even know when that's from, way back when, as well as we still have a little bit of that weekly imbalance up above here. So if we push higher today, I think that's what we could be aiming for. However, it wouldn't surprise me to see price push lower first. There's obviously a lot of imbalance in here if it wants to continue higher, or vice versa, we see price push up sharply, grab some highs, and then head for this liquidity down here and head for this gap right down here. This is a gap on the daily, or it's either the daily or the 4-hour. Yeah, the daily. So we do have some higher time frame draws on liquidity that we could aim for, but we want to see obviously what sets up. We're gonna wait and see how this news comes out here in about 60 seconds, and we'll see. But yeah, last month's consumer confidence came out bullish for indices and then ended up selling off literally all day, and it had a pretty decent range. So let us see. Actually, why don't we do this quickly? I have not looked at the monthly candle. This is obviously the candle that we're in. We've got 1 day and 8 hours left of this candle. Gosh, yeah, looking at this looks bullish, to be honest. I do wonder if we can push and close above here. This is that daily high that I was talking about. That was actually the high of the month of February. So that's interesting. Haven't taken it out yet. That's this line right up here. But yeah, that's something that we can aim for. I want to see if we can sweep these lows. If we get push down, grab this low, and then we get some displacement back up, we can get long. But good morning, everybody. Welcome if you're new to the sessions. Perfect. All right, so we got a run on liquidity. Now we wait for some displacement, and you guys know the drill. Let's see here. Let's jump up to the 15-minute really quick. The only thing that I could see this possibly heading lower for in the short term would be these lows right here. Let me go ahead and turn the magnet off. This is pretty steep, so it could come and tag some of this. if it wants to push a little bit lower from here yet. But yeah, had we left these lows intact, if we would have left these lows intact and then we pulled up, I would have wanted to get short somewhere in here, maybe at this this breaker, and then targeted these lows. But now that we've just kind of pushed right through at the beginning of the hour, I'd like to see us push, either displace up from here and we'll get long. Otherwise, if we push a little bit lower and we take this sell side, I'm really only wanting to favor longs at that point. And then if we don't end up getting a setup, that's when we would shift our focus to PM session. But yeah, let me go ahead. I'm going to delete this liquidity line, guys, just to keep our chart clean. We'll keep these new week opening gap levels on here, though. Probably might use these for a target. Four-hour FVG. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is, like I said, so, you know, the reasoning for us to potentially be wrong and, like, we just miss out and it kind of just sells off. There's reasoning for it to come lower, obviously, but just simply for the fact of we're sweeping sell side liquidity levels at this point, and knowing that we have a pretty high probability liquidity pool up above. At this moment, I'd like to favor longs, but yeah, we are in a pretty big gap, but it's got a long ways to go to fill it. But I think we could get there. Do I think that we could pull up and snag this high first? I definitely think that's in play. But we are seeing some displacing price back up now, guys. So let's see if we get something left behind here on this candle here. Let me go mark this up just to be ready. And let's see where we can find an entry. So if we have our stop one tick below this low, guys, our entry will look something like this. Right now this gap is being closed in a little bit. And then we'll look for a 5-handle TP1. So as long as this gap maintains, I will plan on getting long right here. 19. So I'm going to market execute if we go down in this gap. Boom, right there. So I ended up getting a lot better entry, actually. That's nice. I'm going to go one tick below. Entry's right here. 5 handles is right there. So that's TP1, guys. TP2 is going to be right here at 10 handles and at this order block. I'm going to delete that now. Hard work's over, guys. We did our job. Now we wait and see. Nothing we can do now but wait and let our trade play out. We'll look for extended take profits after TP1. But yeah, I am in a partial here on MetaTrader. I'm going to roll stop to break even on this top step account and then hold for, probably just going to hold for this consequent encroachment, to be honest with you. Nah. I'll stick with this order block up here. This will be TP2, guys, this order block right here. But we met all of our rules. We swept sell side, got displacing price up, played the fair value gap perfectly, stop below the low, good stop loss, less than 5 handles, 4.5 for me. Regardless of result, this is a good trade. And good work, y'all. Let me know if you guys caught this, though. It was sort of quick, but it wasn't like, it wasn't too quick. We've had quicker trades that have been a lot harder to catch. Need one strong push through. This is the only thing kind of in our way at this point is this little range of price. So if we can get through here, I'm feeling pretty good about it. If we can like close strongly above this level here. But oh, Sergio got in before we did. Honestly, guys, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to remove my risk right now. We got literally a tick from TP1. Not even a tick. Literally half of a point. So I'm going to remove my risk. You guys can do the same. I'm not going to let this turn into a loss at that point. If we're going to reject here and sell off. So I'm willing to get stopped out at break even with no gains. But I'm not willing to take a loss at this point. This gap's been closed in fully already with this candle wick. So if it comes back, I think it's less likely that it'll hold. Hopefully it doesn't come back though. Hopefully it's just playing with our emotions. Alright, I'm getting ready to partial. I'm just hovering over the button. Come on. Kind of think we're gonna get stopped out of break even, guys. But yeah, I wouldn't take a loss if I were you. That's what I would suggest. I wouldn't let this turn into a loss. Yeah, so I got stopped out of break even. Let's see. There's a chance that it could react off here and go, which is just going to be like annoying if that happens. But if this gap hadn't been closed fully, I would have left it. But this gap was closed fully, so to me, this is no longer as high probability as the entry we took off of it. Man, that sucks. But if it just sells off from here, I'll feel good that we played some defense. Look at that. Half of a point. Just looking at these other time frames to see. I guess now that I'm looking at the 3-minute chart, the only thing I would have done different is probably realized that this 3-minute hadn't been closed yet. But didn't see that. Oops. Long position. All right, 25 seconds left of this candle. As of right now, it is leaving a gap. If we pull back here quickly, guys, just sit tight. Like I meant during like this candle. Oh, you don't say. All right, guys, we're going to play this gap. We're going to get long in this gap if we pull back to it. TP1 right here at 5 handles. And then I would say TP2 like 8.5. I'm going to do 34 ticks. So that'll be TP2 right here. And then we'll target the highs for TP3, 4, etc. This high, 13.5. And then we'll use TP4 as the, honestly, we'll shoot for the daily high that we talked about at the beginning of the session. We did close this gap on the 1 minute, so that wouldn't have been an entry opportunity. Now on the 2 minute, there is a small gap being formed right above where our entry is on the 1 minute. I would say if you're okay with adding that extra pippage to your stop loss, feel free to enter there, but yeah, I'm just gonna stick with this. I'm going to delete that. We don't need it anymore. All right, triggered me in it to win it. You guys can kind of ignore. You could ignore this line at this point. This was that old order block. That look how price reacted from that order block though. I mean, that could have been a setup all by itself. A lot of shoulda, coulda, wouldas, I guess, today. But I do like we got this gap still open up here, which was we were thinking about getting short in, but now we're using it as a target, really. My MetaTrader is moving like way ahead of this chart right now. Not way ahead, but like a few seconds. I like what I'm seeing. Knock on wood. Get ready to partial, guys. Yeah, this is tripping me out how much sooner it's moving on MetaTrader. Yo, come on. I just need to stop saying get ready to partial. Every time I say that, I feel like this happens. Looks like we're going to be waiting for a little bit, but we are at the end of the hour, so definitely not looking to take any more entries. But we weren't looking to take any more entries anyway, so we're just waiting. Just waiting. Especially sharks. I hate sharks. I love sharks, but I hate them. I think they're badass. But that'd be like my biggest fear. I give so much credit to surfers, just knowing that like there could be a shark under you at any moment, bite your arm off as you're paddling out. Dude, I don't know how people do it. I would piss my pants. But I do love the ocean. It's gotta be super fun if surfing is like your thing. But for those of you guys that live in Australia, I feel like Australia is also like got a lot of like shark attacks, don't they? I think they got some of the best surfing, and there's a lot of sharks around Australia. Obviously, you got like the coral reefs and stuff. All right, guys, get ready to partial. Shit, I didn't mean to say that. Knock on wood. See, I shouldn't have said it, bro. I blew it. You guys get me talking about the ocean and stuff, and I lose all train of thought. But yeah, I don't know what I'd do if I was in the ocean and I saw this big shark coming at me. I mean, what do you do? Nothing you can do. But yeah, I'm gonna roll this stop to break even if we breach these highs right here, guys. And I'll do the same on MetaTrader. There we go. Remove risk, guys. Not taking a loss at this point, but we are, look alive. Look alive, look alive. I've done some salmon fishing a couple of times. Pretty awesome. Did you go like deep sea? You like deep sea salmon fishing? I'm out. Secure profit at equal highs. Yeah, I mean, I was anticipating that if price was gonna just take these highs, it would make it up here. But that's why we protected our risk as well, because could have been just a little finesse and sell off. So wasn't gonna take a loss after being again within 1 point of TP. Probably might still get it. I'm not a fan of this. For sure. Yeah, I think it'd be cool to do. Bro, come on. Yeah, probably not going to happen, guys. I think we're getting break even here. Yep. Break even. Oh, bitch. Oh, that's just the way it's going to go today, isn't it? To look back and see. But I'll leave it at that, guys. We were on here long enough. We got 2 break-even trades. No harm, no foul. You definitely could have made money on it, but nobody under any circumstances should have lost money today on the session. So that is obviously no harm, no foul there. So I'll leave it at that, guys. If you need anything today, reach out. Keep your eyes peeled in the Discord for this afternoon's PM session, and I will keep you guys updated on any setups that I am seeing. And then obviously if the market is not probable for any reason that we don't want to take a trade, I'll let you guys know that, as well. But I'll keep my eyes peeled on the charts for PM session. All right, so have an amazing Tuesday, and I will talk to you guys later today. Peace out, y'all.